Good evening, everyone. This is your watch list for Tuesday, March 29th. I'm getting it out here on Monday evening because in the morning I am really busy and just hoping to make it back in time for the open and a little bit of the pre-market. But taking a look here at the futures, you can look at it here. So this is TOS, but if you don't have TOS, or maybe not near your trading platform and you want to check out the futures, you can always go here to investing.com, INTC futures, pretty simple, and there it is. They'll pull it all up for you. Look at that. So our futures, slightly green, nothing exciting here. There's a lot of nighttime left. You can also take a quick look at the commodities as they are trading. Oil, well, actually a little split there. We can see we're continuing to dip in the gold and silver regions. So anyway, investing.com, you can check that out. Okay. However, look at this. We continued our move today. We pushed up above the trend line that we had drawn in yesterday, or over last week. And on the SPY here, you can see that we nicely came up right over last week, pushed up above the Fibonacci line here, testing a little bit of resistance in this volume shelf, but then we'll get, once we get up to about 458.50, we'll ease up again and see if we can continue to push through this little bit of an alligator mouth right there. All right, so that is the SPY Qs. Nice candle here, looking for that move toward the 200. We are doing this. The Qs look good on volume, but right here you can see on SPY, volume was just kind of nothing too exciting. So watch that, because a lot of times if we have less volume as we're moving up, we're looking for maybe a pause, maybe a short-term trend reversal. Not saying I'm bearish, I'm just saying this is, tends to be what happens when we drop off on volume on moves up. Okay, and then the diamonds as well. Right back up at that 200 and testing it here again on lower volume. Now, the IWM is the only one here that's kind of sideways, just sitting sideways on lower volume. That looks like a nice little bullish setup here for a move up above out of this consolidation, because we are doing that on some lower volume. Okay, so let's go take a look at some charts. I'm going to start here with Cleveland Cliffs. We've heard a lot about this one. It does constantly pop its head up on CNBC, their halftime reports. There's a lot of talk about Cleveland Cliffs, but one thing, besides all of the talking heads, sorry, what you can say here is look at this big move, and then consolidating very nicely here. Looking for now a new push, which would really just give us a breakout. So I like the 520.35s here. My entry would be around 33.20. I'd go ahead and stop out at 32, and my first target will be obviously the high at 33.34, but then play the breakout. So from there, I would watch either the 8 EMA, which is a little bit lower here because we had this big move, so that might take a while to catch up. Another way you can play it is just by the previous candle. You can play it off the previous candle low, but when you play a breakout, make sure you have a plan so that you don't sit there and watch a breakout and then not take the profit. There's nothing worse than that feeling. All right, INTC. So another one that had a really good move, and just sideways open window candles here below the 200. But beautiful test of the 200. I am looking at the 520 INTC 55s. I like the entry around 52. I would stop around 50.69. Again, consolidating there around the 200s. Looking for some targets at 53.57 and 56.68. Getting through that 200. All right, Uber. So Uber, nice little triple top here, right at the 50, looking for the break of that triple top. Pretty simple. Looks like we put in a nice little base down here. We are headed for some consolidation here in the 37s. Oh, excuse me. I'm watching the Uber 35s. I would enter at 34.91, stop out around 33.73, targeting 35.60 and 36.61. All right, some other charts to definitely keep on your watch list. Archer Daniels Midland, nice inside candle after a very nice run having to do with agriculture and with all of the news and inflation issues that we have. ADM has been taking a very nice walk up lately. Twitter, wow. So I know kind of what happened to this chart, right? What happened? It just took this, playing chutes and ladders, I suppose, and it took the chute, but we put in this bottom here, so a lot of tests here at the bottom. Looks like we're making a constructive move up. We had our 3820 cross back here, up above the 50, and now consolidating, looking for a move above this above the next fib line here. Like the look in Twitter. Lots of liquidity in that too, and heard a little bit about some sweeps that went through. All right, hacking is still a thing. And crowd just taking a nice little pause here after a big move. Taking a nice little pause. And looking, I'm sorry, I'm yawning. And looking for that move back to test the 200 and then the move along there in crowd. And finally, docu. Another one, looks like we finally put in a nice little base, moving up here and looking to test the 50. All right, Apple, what can I say about Apple? Love this trend line, and we came so close to kissing it here today, but we've now had 10 days in a row. So I did play this, got a whole like 1.5% off of it. I know, hardly worthwhile, but we'll come right back into this because we've cleared out the volume, right? Are very close to clearing out this volume shelf that we have here. Once we get through there, I think we can take a pretty nice walk up here, maybe even go back and test that 182. Don't forget 182.86 is the $3 trillion mark. So yeah, it looks like Apple may be on its way. However, a few days pause here wouldn't be bad. Earlier in the day, I thought it would have some lower volume on this move up, but it proved me wrong. And last, but however, not least, we have to talk about Tesla. The board is considering another stock split here. All kinds of people trying to figure out, is it good, is it bad, what's going to happen? Well, we can definitely say from at least recent time here, or recently here, these larger companies, they offer or they announce a stock split. Now, they have not announced it yet, but they announce a stock split, and we can just see it continue to run into that split. So, but this is just, they're asking the board. That has to be voted on, so it's not a done deal by any means, but they're definitely considering it. And they had their last one not that long ago. So, kind of interesting that they're doing this so quickly. But wow, another beautiful chart today. We were looking at this double inside candle that we had on Friday and said it just really looked good. Well, blew that out of the water. Took that nice leg up and pushed up above a lot of this volume congestion that we had sitting in here. So keep an eye on Tesla. It's definitely still worth a watch here as we go into tomorrow. Okay, again, I will see you in the morning. I won't be here for pre-market, but I will have everything up and running. If you have any questions, reach out, Heather C, GivingTreeTrading.com.